Today, we're going to put the online mastering tools to the test. We're going to do a blind test between all of the services from Waves mastering to BandLab mastering to Area mastering to we even have Lander mastering, E-mastered, and then we're going to compare it to our plugin called BusyWorks Beats AI Mastering 5, just to show you guys. So basically, I printed out the previews from all of these websites, and I've turned them up to 0 so that we're listening to everything at the same perceived level, I'll say. And basically, we're gonna use this software, okay, to shuffle between all of these tracks. Okay, so what I want to do is not give you guys a bias by hearing it first. So we're just gonna randomize it. We're gonna put notes in here as I listen, and then we're gonna compare to see which one you guys like. So again, we can't tell which is which. We're just gonna click out of here so that we can't have any visual cues. All right, so we're gonna start at track 1, and I have included the original file turned to 0 as well.
Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you
effed up the re-up money, I need change.
Just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that.
All right, so I left notes, and the first channel here sounded very loud and smeary to my ears.
Me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me.
It's just like super overly compressed. The second one was soft, no dense bass, and muddy on the sides.
Me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me, call me the bigger.
Then we have the third track here, which is super muddy
me on the step. Cause
and dark sounding.
Money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me, call me the.
This one keeps, you know, a steady stereo image. It's not like spreading it and smearing it to the sides. It has density. Feels wide.
Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell.
And the main thing is it keeps the dynamics without squashing it to death. This next one just feels soft to my ear.
Me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me that you love me.
This is very safe, soft.
Me on the step. Cause when it come to
this one was very piercing.
me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can
The next one I wrote, it says smeary, wide, and overly compressed.
Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell me.
Yeah, this algorithm relies way too much on compression. And then here's the last one, just sounded like an alien. It just sounded very bad.
Me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell.
So let's see which companies line up. Let's hit show tracks. All right. So the one that stood out to me was my own plugin, funny enough, because I just am a producer, so I know what we want. So that's the highest one. So let's rank these. I remember that was definitely the highest. The dense, the wide, retains, dynamic. So BusyWorks beats AI Mastering 5 just beat all of the favorite mastering tools. Now, if I had to rank a second place, let me see. So I'm actually surprised Isotope Ozone adds this. This is Ozone 11, by the way, not 12. I don't have 12, but this adds such a weird stereo image. Here's the original. And here's Ozone 11. It just does way too much in the high end, and it does some phase shifting. It just sounds really bad in my opinion. So this is definitely at the bottom. Next is the original. I wasn't mad at it. I see why, because it was the original. It's the original intent. So I'd actually rank the original higher than a lot of these smeary ones. The waves piercing frequency is just as near as bad as the Ozone one. And these settings that I went on the websites to do, I left everything on balanced. So I didn't like tell it to do more highs or more lows or anything. I did whatever the default thing was. I feel like E-Mastered is just a little overly compressed for a master channel. I used to refer a lot of people to Aria Mastering. I'm actually surprised it's this muddy sounding. This used to be my the benchmark. If my thing could sound better than Aria Mastering, that was the benchmark, because all the industry pros, this was like their secret to go to ariamastering.com and then load their songs through there and get it mastered. I'm talking about industry people with tons of placements. I'm not going to name drop, but this was kind of the secret sauce for them. And then I saw that as the benchmark, and now I'm hearing it side by side with the BusyWorks Beats AI Mastering 5, and it's night and day. So here's the Aria Mastering, very muddy. Here's the BusyWorks Beats AI Mastering 5. It just does way too much on the side. I'm actually very surprised that it's that muddy. And those are the default settings. So let's hear BandLab's mastering. This one's just bright to my ear. Not really doing anything. It's just like soft. It's trying to compress everything, and it's just bright. It's trying to trick the ear using brightness, but it doesn't sound good. And then we have Lander. This one just overshot big time. It does have good dynamic in terms of how it's handling, but the fact that this is the default setting, it's this smacky and compressed. It just sounds like a block of cheese. I don't know which one's worse. BandLab, I'll say BandLab because they didn't do that much smearing. It's almost better than Lander just because it just didn't do that much overly cooking. It's almost like when you have food, if you burn it, you can't have the flavor, but if you undercook it, you could still enjoy it a little bit. So that's the same thing here with mastering. But this chasm between even the original, so BandLab, I will say, is a little bit better than the original because it widens it through the perception of bright frequencies, but it's simply just a bright trick, just boosting the highs. But it does open up the track with the brightness, so I'm not going to ding them for that. So if I had to rank all these, this is the ranking, and this is going to be the thumbnail for today, actually. So aren't you guys surprised how not good these AI mastering tools are? When you really hear them as a blind test and you're not biased by the screens and the UI, you hear the sound for the sound. When you truly compare all these sounds, it's like night and day. So quickly, we'll just go back through. Here's the original. Here's BandLab. But because BandLab gets rid of that bass, I'm not sure I want to rank it above the original. Let me see. Okay, so it's not as much change as I thought. Okay, so here's the original. Here's BandLab. Here's Lander.
me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales.
Here's
Yeah,
E
I'm
mastered.
feeling myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step. Just hit me on
Here's
the step.
Aria mastering.
Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. Yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me
Here's
that
Waves.
you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you
Effed up the re-up money, I need change.
just hit me on the step.
Here's Isotope.
Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. Yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me that you love me.
Here's the Busy
call me
Works
the
beats.
bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step. Just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. Yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell.
So the fact that some of the top perceived companies are literally the worst results in this test shows everything it needs to show. All right, y'all. So go to busyworksbeats.com/AI mastering and look for the BusyWorks Beats AI Mastering version 5 will be coming out this weekend. So I want to thank you guys for being patient, but version 5 has that extra sonic difference to version 4. We've tested it in it. Another video, we'll test version 4 to version 5 to show you guys there is a difference. All right, y'all. But I'm just showing you guys, like, when you really put stuff side by side, you see it for what it is. And we just did a complete blind test and you guys heard it for what it was. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. This game from busyworksbeats.com. Peace out, guys.